Okay, so it is the 22nd of May and I am leaving Uncle Johnny's hostel. Thursday, I arrived right here at the same corner, ended my day, went into town to the hotel, stayed overnight, did laundry, and I hit a shuttle up, went to trail days on Friday, made it there about 3 o'clock Friday afternoon, and camped out Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we're back on trail here on Monday. There are some changes. I just mailed my old backpack off. It was giving me some issues with my shoulder over here, so spent some money I didn't exactly want to spend, but that's okay. Chris really hooked me up here with this pack. Like, they spent a lot of time. Now, let me say, Light AF went out of their way, really spending a lot of time to make sure that when I left there, the pack that I purchased fit me. Now, I get that initial fit up versus a week, a month, 2 months down the road is different. But as of right now, this pack is riding wonderfully. I actually have it overstuffed with food and extra water, pretty much maxing out the weight of it just to see how it's going to ride. I don't need all this stuff, but I want to see what the pack's going to do. I sent my ULA back home. I have contacted them about my shoulder strap, just waiting on a response. The pack itself was great. I never had any issues with the pack. The first few days, the pack ran, I mean, it wore as good as any pack. And then the straps just started giving me some trouble. I was not alone in that department. There were other hikers said the same thing. Just waiting to see what the response is going to be. I'm not getting rid of the pack, but that's not to say I won't modify the straps myself once I get home. But today it is already 12:30. Going to try and do about 11 miles, thinking about camping on top of Beauty Spot. Should be some wonderful views there tonight. And first thing in the morning, I have about 51 miles from here to Harbor Mountain bed and breakfast / hostel, where I have a package. And honestly, right now I'm outrunning my food drops. The mileage that I'm getting is better than I planned. So I mailed like 2.5 days worth of food that I did not need up to Damascus just now. It'll be there when I get there. And that's only 140 miles. So I'm going to go through, take what I need out there at Harbor Mountain. Some of it I may give to hikers if they want it. If they don't want it, I guess I'll just carry it till this weekend where I'm going to get picked up, and I'll figure out what I'm going to do with it then. But anyhow, enough talking. It is time to start walking across this bridge again, right where I left off on Thursday. We're crossing the Nola Chucky. Some of these rivers that I've crossed, whenever I'm done with this journey, I will be coming back with my fly rod and my Tenkara, and I'm going to fish some. There's just no questions about it. It's going to happen. Said I was coming back to Franklin. I'm going to come back to Hot Springs. Going to do that as well. Hot Springs, I actually was watching people catch trout right by the tavern when I was eating. Nice trout too. So one of the shuttle drivers said that they do have some local, I think he said brook trout, that are native, if I'm not mistaken. But the rainbows, they do stock them. The ones I seen being caught were rainbow. Pretty good sized trout. Either way, I don't care if it's a brown, a brook, a rainbow. It could be a sucker. I just like to fish, so I will come back. Right, where's my blades at? So the blazes are on the guardrails. And you know, with the grass growing up, you can't see them, but they're along there. But this is where we head back into the woods. I've been told that there's roughly 12 miles of uphill climbing. It's not supposed to be as bad as what we've had in the past. It just takes you all day. It's just slow, gradual uphill. And I haven't really hiked in a few days. And I certainly haven't hiked with this much weight in a long time. But I will say that already, the way this pack fits, the way it is kind of curving my back, and the padding on the straps, well worth what I paid for it already. Completely different terrain than what I've been hiking. And I'm literally going through somebody's backyard. But that's the trail. As we get farther north, more and more of this is going to happen. So Thursday when I came off trail, I was over here on the top of this ridge working my way down into town. Now I have came across the river and I'm on the opposite side of the ridge, going down. And down. I keep bumping into all these hikers that went to trail days, and they're doing a southbound slack pack. It's roughly 21 miles for them today, but like none of them want to be out here. They all got sucked into the town for the week, or the weekend, I'm sorry. And you know, it's a vortex. It pulls you in, food right there available. You're not eating out of your backpack, so you know, you get kind of lazy, and you grow accustomed to being domesticated real quick. But they're trying to get some miles in so they don't waste a whole day recovering from the weekend. I have made my mind up that it's 20 till 4. I have about 4.5 miles left. There's going to be about a 3.5 mile section where there's no water, so I'm going to have to kind of carry a lot of extra water. But I am going to stay on a beauty spot tonight. I know there's at least 4 other people ahead of me. They were at a shelter when I stopped in to get some lunch, and they're all headed there. So apparently, also at beauty spot right now is there was some guys that were at trail days. They set a canopy up there by a beauty spot, and they're giving out beer. So there's people trying to get there for that trail magic. Personally, if I'd been partying all weekend, I think the last thing I could do is drink a beer today, especially after hiking. It's not hot, it's very comfortable today. The wind it feels great. It's a little humid and sticky, but the weather is nearly perfect. And it's supposed to be this way all week. So hopefully that's exactly what happens. But I'll get up in the morning and kind of decide what I'm going to do for the day. You know, I'm on the fence about trying to make it to Mountain Harbor Hostel by Wednesday afternoon. That would basically be 51 miles in 3 days. 2.5 days, because I didn't start till 12, which isn't that bad. I mean, basically two 20s and a 10, and I could do that, but we're gonna see. No sense in rushing through it if I don't have to. And like I said, I'm out running my food drops, so when I get there, there's gonna be so much food left over in that box. In fact, I may not even have to open the box, and if I don't, I'm gonna ask them if I can leave. Give me a minute here. I'm gonna ask them if I can leave the box and pick it back up in a couple days, because I just making more miles than I thought I would. But anyway, this is the last of the water stops, and that actually puts me at about a 4.5 mile carry, but it's just what I got to do, because if not, I'll have to go over Beauty Spot, drop down about a 1/4 mile, fill up with water, and then come back up to Beauty Spot. I'd rather carry it now than have to come back up. So let me fill up, and I will check back in later. It may actually be when I set my tent up, but either way, time to get some water. It has been a rocky mess most of the day. This has been some slow travel. There's where I'm trying to get to. That's where I'm gonna set up camp for the night. The wind has picked up. I'm hoping to find some areas that's a little bit protected. I really don't want to stay this far down and have to walk up there for a sunset and a sunrise, which sunrise won't matter because I'll be going that way up and over there tomorrow anyhow. We do have some cloud cover, so I'm not sure exactly what we're going to get out of a sunset, but we're going to try. This is the end of the day. We are sitting at mile 355. We are camped on top of Beauty Spot. It's pretty windy, a little chilly outside. That is actually my shirt from today, drying up top. It is soaking wet. And was really hoping to get a sunset tonight. Not sure if we're going to. Looks like the clouds are moving in, but it's still pretty nice outside. And I'll take a picture, put it in somewhere, probably film something. I've actually got my holder right here We'll set my phone up outside. If I do start getting a view, I'm just going to hit record and leave it alone. This phone will not do a time lapse, unfortunately, but that's okay. I'll film it and cut it, crop it here and there if we get a view. But right now, this is kind of what I see. And yes, there are a lot of people here. The cool thing is in the morning, there is already trail magic set up for us. I had 6 pieces of pizza when I got here, a Coke. I think I'm about to eat a candy bar. Honestly, it's heavy. I want to get rid of it. I have a lot of food, but if I'm going to have trail magic tonight, trail magic in the morning, it's just food, just weight I'm carrying I don't need. So I think I'm going to eat a candy bar. It's a big candy bar. It's a heavy candy bar. So I'm going to tell myself. Also, a really cool thing is there's a lady down there by the name of Anish. She set the fastest record for completing the Appalachian Trail. I was sitting there listening to her talk, never even registered who she was until she said what her trail name was. And as soon as she said it, I was like, I know that name. And she's supposed to be there in the morning helping with the trail magic. But I have met so many people out here on this trail the last 4 days that honestly, I thought I'd never meet. A little starstruck, I guess. But, I mean, the fact that I have her book in Audible on my phone currently, like right now. I mean, I've already listened to the book. Since I downloaded it, I listened to it. But what she pulled off on the AT was absolutely amazing. And I mean, she was doing like 50 plus miles a day in some cases, if I remember correctly. But wow, just a small world. But anyway, I'm going to get off of here and I'm going to set my phone up in case I do get a view over here. We got some color coming through now, but again, it's pretty cloudy, so I don't know what it's going to turn out like. But I will be prepared in case we do get a view. So we'll see you guys tomorrow.